Hello everyone. In our previous classes, we have learned about the differences between living and non-living things. Here is the chart. Living things, non-living things. Now, living things need food, whereas non-living things do not need food. Living things move, breathe, grow, feel and respond, reproduce, and have definite lifespan, whereas non-living things, they do not move, breathe, grow, they do not feel and respond, they do not reproduce, they do not have lifespan. The examples of living things are plants, animals, etc., whereas examples of non-living things are stones, books, etc. Now today we will learn about the differences between animals and plants. Animals and plants both are the living things, but they differ from each other in certain ways. First, animals move from place to place in search of food and shelter, whereas plants stay in one place and make their own food. Animals breathe through nose, gills, air holes, or skin, whereas plants breathe through stomata. Animals have sense organs, whereas the plants do not have sense organs. Animals reproduce by giving birth to babies or by laying eggs. Plants reproduce through seeds, stem, roots, and leaves. Both animals and plants, they depend on each other. Animals depend on plants for food. All animals depend on plants for their food directly or indirectly. The herbivores, which eat plants, they get their food from plants directly, whereas the carnivore and like lion, tiger, etc., they eat the herbivores, so they get their food from plants indirectly. Plants provide shelter to animals. Many birds build their nest on trees. Some of the birds like parrot, woodpecker, they live in the bark of the trees. Plants provide oxygen to the animals. Plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. During this, they take in carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen through the stomata. Plants depend on animals for dispersal of seeds. Many plants bear juicy fruits. These fruits are eaten up by animals. These animals throw the seeds away. Some plants bear seeds which have hooks or spikes. Such seeds hitching on animal fur and disperse. Plants depend on animals for pollination. Pollination is the transfer of pollen from anther to stigma of flower. Here are the anthers, whereas this is the stigma. It is important for reproduction of plants. You can see here the butterflies or honeybees, when they visit the flowers for the nectar, they carry the pollen grains of the flower from one flower to another. Pollinators help flower move pollens from flower to flower, whereas flower reward pollinator with nectar and pollen. Plants get manure from animals. Organic fertilizers or the manures are derived from animal matter, animal excreta, etc., along with the plant matters. When animals die, their decayed bodies get mixed up with the soil and the nutrients get added into the soil. Such soil become very good for the growth of plants. Next, plants depend on animals for the carbon dioxide for making the food. Plants in turn gives out oxygen which animals utilize for breathing purposes. When animals breathe, they take in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is utilized by the plants. Animals and plants both work together to make sure that life on earth continues. Thank you.